those funky things. You know, she was saying something, said, it is not, we know that men are polygamous in nature. She said that. She said, especially because Adeoti, Alhaji Kazeem Adeoti is a Muslim. You understand? So there's every possibility that the wife should be expecting such a thing that he's prone to. Yeah? However, it is the way and manner in which they carry out these acts that is belittling and it is damaging to as to the women's emotion, especially because some of them come, like in her own case, the way her husband handled it, they will bring the woman from outside. Her own case, she said she even heard it outside. Likewise, Funsho's case. You know, Funsho too read about it online on Instablog or somewhere. She too saw it online. Number one, the women are not aware. They don't go tell their wife at home, introduce this matter to them. You understand? Let them even say no. Then secondly, she also said, the painful part of it that many of us are not looking into is the fact that that woman, Funsho, already knows Mercy and her husband. They were family friends. That is another part that everyone should look at it. It's not that he's just bringing a neutral person from the blues. They were family friends. They have exchanged visits to each other's home, especially they brought Mercy and the husband to their home for birthdays before. And evidence, they will have evidences out there. So she said, that is Auntie Buki now, was saying that it is only fair enough for, even if anybody wants to castigate this first wife, how has the husband handled matter, the way he handled matter, and even coming to write that thing out is uncalled for. And she just gave people a little understanding about her. And that is the reason why she's able to advise. So they said Folusho came out and talked. I didn't hear it. So everything they said, she said. If I relate it now, the question you asked me, did you use your ears to hear it? No. I learned she said she's still very much with her husband. And that the husband is, he has a right to many wives. Abi? Those of you that heard what she said, I didn't hear it and I didn't go looking for it. Because me, when I don't want to hear your story, I don't bother myself. What matters to us is that if after she said that, they hear their matter themselves, you know, you not concern us. Uncle Kayode now decided to go about it by doing Obasanjo style. The way Obasanjo write letters to Aso Rock, Uncle Kayode too sat down and decided to write a letter to we Nigerians. Let me read the letter first. Uncle Kayode, shaking ka letter yin, ejenka. Kí ló mú yín tẹ́ fi delete letter yin? Kí ló mú yín tẹ́ fi delete letter yin, sir? Ejenka letter tẹ́ kọ. I will show you people that it's uncle that wrote it. So, can you see? Olukayode Salako. So it was written 2 days ago. But he has deleted it. You understand? He has deleted it. It was written 2 days ago, but it's showing 1 day here, meaning I got this since yesterday. But I couldn't do it yesterday. Okay? I had another case that I treated yesterday. So I want to read it. Can you see? This is uncle. Can you see? So I screenshot everything. You're all very welcome. Please sit down very well, relax. Fasten your seat belt because we want to read from Uncle Kayode. It is the era and the time and the season for men that are try or that are polygamous in nature and they are not capable of handling it. It is the time for them to now to be writing letter for us so that we can be reading to the world. Are you ready? As we are about to fly now, don't worry. The people standing there, they will tell you if the flight is about to have turbulence, what you should take, and when you drop. Make sure that when you drop, don't go and be helping somebody. Make sure you put the oxygen on your nose like this and breathe in and out. Breathe in and out, because Uncle Kayode wants to carry us Shalaye. Dear Nigerians, I'm not adding and I will not remove. That's how he wrote his letter. Dear Nigerians, Foluke is involved. Dear Nigerians, the theme of this letter, or this letter he wrote to us, he said Foluke is involved. Can you see? He then put apostrophe, meaning he put it in capital letter and shouted, Foluke is involved. You see why I have to read it? Because Uncle Kayode is the same one that came to us years ago, wrote in the papers that he went to 99 prophets. And they told him that Foluke Daramola is his wife. That from heaven, the person that is his wife, he is the same one that denied being married. Legally married to his first wife. I have the certificate to they are married. This is how far I went in this matter. Uncle Kayode denied, he lied. But it's okay. I won't go that route. Uncle Kayode. Now he came back again because of what is happening. He now said, Foluke is involved. It took me 3 years of begging Foluke Daramola Sala call my wife. Shetiri. If you feel any turbulence as I'm reading this thing, please just make sure you fasten your seatbelt. Unless the light goes off, don't open it. So if not, briefcase ba jabole e lórí, ó jabole e lórí ni. Torí plane it why. Uncle Kayode, we are not going to say anything terrible to you. We will never do that. Because Sister Buki have told us that we should leave you, we should be praying for you. So I won't say anything bad. But I will just advise you after we read this thing. Okay? It took me 3 years of begging Foluke Daramola Salako, my wife, to allow me have at least 1 or 2 children of my own here in Nigeria for the purpose of the security of my old age. Really? Uncle? Really? So, those three handsome sons that God bless you with in the beginning of your marriage, that you threw away, thank God, oh, thank God that everything is fine now. I just want to remind you, do you know that nobody threw those people? It was you that threw everything away until their mother packed them and she left with them and went to United States of America. When you abandoned her, she left the house for you and went and rented a place in Omole, just beside where you people live, long time ago. That is the story now, Uncle. With your 3 children, are they not the ones? Do you know, sir? It is not a curse. Can I shock you? When I gave birth, to God be the glory, to my last born, it's always good to use close to home as an example. Don't worry, my husband wouldn't mind. When I gave birth to my first, for my husband, a week later, when we were doing the naming ceremony of Mama, my father-in-law had a child. Meaning, grandchild is older than daughter, meaning grandchild is a week older than her supposedly auntie. Do you get what I mean? The gospel truth is, anybody seeing Alhaji having that child then glaringly knows that you are giving birth for having that child. You will not eat the fruit of that child. It is not a curse. You are betting that child for likes of my husband, the younger ones, as in the ones that are already mature, for them to take care of the child. Because how long again do you have to live on earth? You people continue to look for flimsy excuses. The fruit of his labor that he ate is the fruit of the labor of my husband and his junior ones. What it dagba? Because he had them the right time. When he was in his 30s, in his 40s. When you start to give birth at the age of 60-something, hey Joe, who told you you even live up to 70? If God is so good, you live up to 70. Can that child clock? The child that is 3 years old, you said now, and you are in your 60s. Hey Joe, sir, who promised you will live up to the time that you are going to be spending money till you live? It is not a curse. Because the stage those kids will be is the stage of primary, secondary, university, masters if possible. Where abi money or gbase o nkan so wale le fe fi se ni. Do you want him to go and carry drug at the age of 10? Or you should go and do 419 at the age of 20? Won't he go to school? Won't he study? When is it that you are going to eat the fruit of that labor? Eba mi sorrow. And it is not a curse. As God so blessed my father-in-law rich, wallahi talai, calculate the year my father-in-law went to be with the Lord. It's over 5 years now. Their age mates, they were just maybe 17 or 18 when my father-in-law died. She has not even entered university then. Now it is the daddy. That is my husband is now the daddy. You betted those children. Any child you go and be having with Regina then, having small children, you can't, it's not a cause. You cannot eat the fruit of your labor. It is not a pay. It is the gospel truth. You can't be Methuselah because you betted a small child. You have to think of your age. If you really thought of your old age, then you should have done it well with them. The boys, orúkọ wọn sápá mi lórí ni, orúkọ wọn á dẹ̀ sápá àwọn èèyàn lórí fún búburú dáadáa nìkan la máa rántí wọn fún, because they are wonderful sons. You didn't concentrate on the ones that God have given you at the right time so that you can start to eat the fruit of your labor. As they are now, they are in their 20s. God is good. You now said at your old age, yeah, because Oluke didn't give birth. You have been begging her for 3 years to give you an opportunity. Make it make sense to me, uncle. Yeah, I don't think everything is okay, sir. I love you. But no, this is not normal writing. I've just given you a good illustration for you to eat the fruit of your labor. The fruit of your labor. These ones you are doing now, you are just doing it for the fact that you just want to bear children. You are not intending that you really want to eat, because by the time the kids start to make it, then being seen, many people are already gone. You can't be around when they become doctor and lawyer. They will be, but not that you won't be around anymore. She pay 200 láyé ni. Let me continue. It's only paragraph 1 I have read. He wrote a very long letter. I do not know, he said, for this purpose of security of my old age. He said, I do not know when I will go back to where I came from. but it is my wish to grow old. So you know, and God gave you the opportunity to know them, those ones that are big now, since. But because of what you did, their mother took them, eloped to London, and to America, so our brain can clear too. I have been telling my creator that 100 years is when I love to go. Then he laughed. Amen, sir. May that be your portion. Even at that, calculate the age that your baby girl or boy you gave birth to. Is it possible that you start to eat the fruit of your labor then? Even at that, sir. Calculate it with your age now. You're in your 60s now. Calculate it. You are making sense from what I'm saying. I am already above 50 years. And I don't want to be 70. I don't want to be 70 years and still continue to live alone without children around me. Excuse me, what about Foluke? Shebi you say Foluke is with you. So what do you mean by I am already? Is that not what would have happened with you and your wife, your first wife? You know, when they say old age starts to set in, then the children will start to go. But if you were together, you imagine how your first child by now probably will even be married. Probably. It all depends. If you understand? By now, maybe you already have grandchild. You will come and do holiday. Your wife will come and do. Go there on that, or the two of you will come see your grandchildren. You'll be together. You people. When I was in primary school, let me give you a jasa. The primary school I went to, go and ask anybody. People know that primary school in the 70s/80s. It's still existing. It is called Martin Nursery and Primary School. It was husband and wife that relocated from America. They were the proprietor and proprietress. Then we used to call them headmaster, headmistress. Reverend Adenugba and the wife, Reverend Mrs. Adenugba. Come and see the way. It was a boarding school and day school. I was a day student. We were day students, myself and my siblings. Come and see the way that school is. You know, because they were based in America, they did everything as if we were in America. You will see them, the way they come, they will do chapel in the morning, the way they do things, they work together, holding hands, husband and wife. That would have been, in fact, the children you people groom or were grooming as they called you people daddy and mommy, they would have been, with your own children, they would have been too much for you people to contain. So, be realistic, sir. You had too many children. And the ones God gave you, meta, you are looking for excuse, sir. You are looking for excuse, sir. Go and ask people in Martin Nursery and Primary School. Go and ask them, husband and wife, in the beginning. And if you see them, they were together like this. And that was what you people also had. So, what is the difference? And we were all known as to be their children. Go and ask people that went to Mate. You know what it is now? A boarding house. Till day students, you can imagine how lovely those couple were. They relocated from America to start that school. It was the best school in the 70s and 80s. For those that know that school, raise up your hand. What are you telling me? You don't have any excuse, sir. Without children around me, especially to run my life with and to send on errands at an old age, sir, when you messed up your first wife, come and see children from South Africa, America, London, calling we that heard your story. They said they knew they have parents, but they said you and they call you daddy, they call mommy, that it was the two of you that they knew. People that went to that school, especially the boarding house students, they called me from all come and hear calls. They said their life crumbled after what you did to mommy, they said, because they looked up to you people, some of them said they developed depression. What are you saying? Daddy, you are supposed to go and ask for forgiveness, you personally, because you misled some people. Do you know those children looked upon you people as way of life? Well, these are our role models. So when we grow, we want our life and marriage to be like this until you disappointed them. They ran errands for you as children. People didn't know the difference between your own children, so they told me. It's not as if your wife or anybody, they told me. Some of them were asking me to give them your wife's number. Because after that she left, their life never became the same. Some asked not to disclose them because they were so scared to come out and say their truth. They said, you crumbled their life. One said at a point, she became so rude to you. You can remember if you relate. Because if people have a platform where you used to function on Facebook, they said after the mommy left, everything scattered. She said, one particularly told me that she couldn't stand you anymore. She was forced to be rude. You can remember her. All of them didn't even know where mommy was. All of them didn't know where mommy was. They said those were the faces that they knew as mommy and daddy. Those are the people that they will run errands. What are you people saying? Don't try to manipulate things, sir. Don't try to manipulate things. Your wife, when she saw Adekas coming out to write letter, even Adekas didn't write like this. She felt there was no need for Adekas to have written that letter or be whatever thing he addressed people, that there was no there. If she can say that, why did you then do it? You too, you are supposed to listen to your wife's advice. Because it's like you are opening an old wound. Do you know that to you, it's your wife that you hurt, Abby, not the society? No. It's like you are reminding us of what happened to a fellow woman. How badly she was treated. And so you coming out again to come and be writing this, you are opening an old wound. Why not let it die? Why not let it die? If your wife can say, Adika shouldn't have done it, it's not meant to be writing anything. Just let this woman heal. Let her deal with it. Because until you are in that shoe, you don't know how to handle this matter. Until you are in that shoe, you can't even say anything to those in the shoe. And she said, Adika shouldn't have bothered writing this because it will only trigger what is not meant to trigger. But thank God, Adeka's wife didn't talk. Oh. Just like how you people treated your wife. She too, she didn't talk. Oh. Then you now, you carried letter. And you said, saying, Foluke is involved. Did she tell you to come and write this and tell Nigerians? How do we care? Do we want to know? Involved in what? In the end, it is still part of the thing that people are saying, it's always ending you men. No, you cried out now. You said she couldn't bear you a child. That is the reason why. Let me continue reasoning. Especially to run my life with and to send on errands at an old age. So that is the reason why you want to have children. Run your life with and say, are you not also thinking about it? After giving birth to those children, all those friends of me, all those your children that you have with your first wife, don't you think they need love? So you are having children to run errands and to run your life with. Don't you think the children, they need love? Don't you read the Bible? At least you were a pastor in Redeem before you went to marry Foluke now. And decided to leave your pastoral mission. Didn't you read in the Bible? Do not cause your children to sin. Do not provoke them to sin. Do you know when parents do not act and live up to the responsibility of their children, that is provoking your children to sin? Especially when the Bible says, honor your mother and your father so that your days be long. How can a child honor a father or a mother? that was never there for them, that deserted them, followed another woman and left their mother. I'm not supposed to be doing this because your wife is too religious and too born again, to be still telling us to be advertising school for you, be praying for you so that things be good. Then you still came out to come and write this letter, this thing, and you said Nigerians. As in, though you've deleted it, what even made you write it in the first place? What sense are you, what are you preaching to upcoming men that have missed it and have made mistake like you have done? Is this the right way to make amendments? Are you supposed to have written this kind of letter out? How do you think your sons will look at you when they read this? I love you too much, sir, because of Sister Buki. But I will have to say the truth to you, because I'm also thinking there are some men that still wants to justify hurting women. That's what you are doing. Sometimes you people should accept it, that you should be ashamed of yourselves for not handling things right. Mind you, these women aren't saying, why did you marry a second one? But why can't you do it right? Most of them, they always head up hearing the news from outside. If they had slumped and hesitated this word, that's all I go just say, Okuni, you won't say you gave them heart attack. You won't say you broke their hearts. You won't say that you mismanaged their emotions. You won't say you triggered blood pressure in them. You won't say you gave them brain tumor. You will not say so. You won't say you pied them. You will say, the person died young. You won't say you ran them mad. That's you will act as if nothing happened. As if you don't understand that what you are doing now, is it good? Let me continue. They are now, sorry, I love children and I love to live with them. Then why didn't you live with the ones that God gave you initially? What happened? Sometimes when people are trying to make amendments, they won't make the mistake they made in the beginning. They won't make that mistake again. God is giving you a second chance, and see what you wrote at. Anyway, you have deleted it. I bet people that are normal read it and they said to you, this is rubbish. Yes. With my full chest, I said so. I bet they read it and said, this is rubbish. In fact, Adekas didn't even write senselessly like this. Sorry, sir. I shouldn't say that word to you senselessly, but Adekas didn't write like this. And you are older than Adekas. Everything you are saying is exactly my life history. My mother had stroke as a result of heartache. Oh, I'm so sorry, darling. I'm so sorry, darling. I'm so sorry. It is well. I'm so sorry. Sometimes, you did this to this woman, and everybody, those that she didn't even talk for years until one day we were just talking about, it was even Mercy's case. Then, we're not remembering celebrities that did same. Somebody then said they know her. She's not talked for years. She's just been. In fact, many of us didn't even know that she's in America. That alone should make you to keep quiet. Yeah, that alone should make you to keep quiet. Then you came out and said Foluke is involved. Involved in what? She has her own children now. She has her own children. She has a very good relationship with her children. I think her children, they're in Canada or America. And you are not. You should shock by. You should take full responsibility of the ones that you've lost in, you know, the relationship, that time, that moment. It's just because their mother is religious, she's a born again. Do you understand? You are not having with the ones that God gave you initially. You are not having the sound relationship you should have with them. Those are the ones that you can eat the fruit of their labor. Before this little one, there's most likely you may not because I'm wishing you will not live long, but no matter how long you live, do you want her to become a thief? She will work, she will go to school, at least finish school. In the process, you will Emma Sonwo Papas, you will pay, you will do many things for her. Before you can then, she will become a doctor or a lawyer or anything. It takes years. She shall become a lawyer by 10 or 20 years old. So think it. Calculate your age now to add it to the age of the child you have. That's when you will know if it's possible. My father-in-law had a child after I gave birth, my first child. And he died 5 years ago. The child had not even entered university when he left. He was paying for school. He was buying Pampers. That's why they always say, give birth at normal, reasonable age, and the rest will not be taking care of them so that you will be around to eat the fruit of your labor. Not at the age you are giving birth now. You are saying you need a companion. It's an excuse of how you missed it. An opportunity with the ones God gave you at the right age. At what age? I can imagine a 60 or late 50 years old woman, not the one that is, you know, looking unto the Lord for a child. Though. You understand? And God carry at your age, sir. You'll not be buying Pampers. They will be asking you money for SMA good at your age. It's okay. But really and truly, people always say that men that do that, you know, it's just men not thinking normally to understand that they are not going to be around to eat that one. That one is just, they are just doing Loma dia shashe dan because they can't live forever on earth. There's time and season for everything. If you don't do it right with the ones that God gave you initially. So what is it that you want to do now with this little baby? So as I was reading, it's what you wrote here. I love children and I love to live with them. I don't want to grow old and be looking for children to send to buy me things around the neighborhood. Anyway, I eventually got her understanding it through the help of Foluke's mom about 4 years ago. Uncle, in the beginning you said 3 years you have been begging. Now here, at this point, you said 4 years. That doesn't really matter. You understand? You said 4 years. That doesn't really matter. In the beginning, you said 3 years. Later, you said 4 years. Okay. She agreed. Not only her now, her mother agreed. Because she couldn't bear child for you. Let me read it again. I eventually got her understanding about it through the help of Foluke's mom about 4 years ago. So, 4 years ago. So, and Meruwa Omo Wonuola Ayinde Salako is the product of that understanding. So you betted a girl. Meruwa Abi Okunrin, anyone sha. You betted a child. Ayinde, sorry, is a boy. And Meruwa Omo Wonuola Ayinde Salako is the product of that. He is 3 years now. Ọlọ́run á dá sí fún yín. Ọlọ́run á wò fún yín. You understand? Congratulations, sir. But I will still repeat. I will still repeat. Murewa, sorry, Hey, mo so dadani. Murewa ni o, kì í ṣe Meruwa. Murewa is Murewa. Murewa. Thank you. Yes, Murewa money. Yeye Meru Muruwe. Murewa ni, yes, thank you. Murewa brings blessing. Yes, I'm sorry. Mo bí mo ṣe pè ní Meruwa. Ẹ má bínú. Ẹ mọ̀ mi. Kò tiẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ yé mi kọ́ rò pé Muslim name ni. It's a boy. Yes. That is the product. The first 3 children I have been long taken away and living with their mother in America. They were not taken away. Uncle, do you want me to start to remind you? Although I know you have gone to beg your wife, let me not remind you anything. You understand? They were forced to. Their mother was forced. In fact, she found it so hard because there were some children that lived with you people in Omole then, that were also in that school, and but she needed to leave Nigeria because you didn't put eye on ground for her. You were kissing on the newspaper, all this paper then, granting all kinds of Yeye not to interview. You will big your mouth like this. This is the way you used to kiss Foluke. God, you want me to open it? Not classy. Not demure. Not mindful. You will open your eyes like this to be kissing Foluke. There was a picture on social, on this thing that's how you use your hand to carry your breast up like this. It's there. Go on. You know that internet never forget. Just Google your name, sir, and look at all the terrible picture. How you used to open your mouth to kiss Foluke. And you expect her to stay in Nigeria. You expect her to stay? Answer, sir. She can't stay. You didn't say, did you even look back? Did you even care? You were busy kissing her, carrying Foluke's bed. In fact, you were even fighting people then. If they talk, look at your way, you say nobody should help you look at Foluke then. You were fighting people. You turn yourself to Digolugi then. Did you remember the children that God gave you? 4, 3 handsome ọmọ gidi, àwọn ọmọ olóríire. They say they took them away. They didn't take them. Check yourself, sir. Go and check. Internet lies. Go and Google all what you did there. The way you open your mouth, I have never seen somebody kissing and they open their mouth like that in my life. My life. Me really, sir. Me really. Ẹ máa lanu lẹ̀ báyẹn. Tẹ́ ṣe ń kissing báyẹn kò tiẹ̀ yé mi. Kò wá demure. Kò mindful. Kò classy rárá. Ó wà tacky. Ní kíni? Ẹ jẹ́ á sọ tó fún yín, sir. Ẹ jẹ́ á sọ fún yín. And the way you wrote this thing now, anybody reading it, I'm only reading it. If you don't remind them, tell them to Google your name. Please, people, type Uncle Kayode Salako. Don't put Uncle there before they will bring your uncle out. Just put Mr. Kayode Salako or Kayode Salako. Whoa, you will see, and for look at that, you will see all the pictures I'm saying to you and the stories I'm saying. Uncle, it's none of my business. So, it's this letter you wrote and you put, dear Nigerians, and you know I'm a Nigerian. Ìyẹn ni mo fi wò pé ẹ̀tọ́ ni ká wà náà down. If not, I won't put my mouth. Because your wife, if we ask her, she will say we should be praying for you. And I can't pray for you. Is it not part of they should be praying for you now? Look at the kind of letter you brought out, showing, addressing we Nigerians. What are you trying to tell us here? It's the case a typical kamafinua amoje because we are not babies. This kind of thing now that you are writing, maybe for kindergarten children, maybe for the murewa, it's only him that be saying that, but not our agbalagba, and can come and write like this and be telling us this kind of thing. It's annoying. If not for Auntie Buki, wallahi, I would tell you, you shade that, but Auntie Buki said we should be praying for you. Come out to pray for business in ko grow. Ipe àwọn mo ti sọ fún àwọn náà ni ko kunle àdúrà. Nítorí ọ̀rọ̀ tí ó bá kàn wá kò kàn wá. The first 3 children I have long been taken away and living with their mother in America. You caused it, uncle. You caused that. They are now grown-up men. To God be the glory. I'm the one saying to God be the glory. Let me not put my own when he's right talking. I may possibly not come to Nigeria to live with me like that again. You lost that opportunity. Go and live with them in America. You lost the opportunity. You caused it. And you lost the opportunity. Sometimes you people do not think. Look at 2012. It's over 10 years now. You are just waking up from your slumber to type this. God forbid. Do you know those years you left, some men that have done the same thing like you, some women that are now writing this, the way you are typing out now, some women have lost their life, their first wife gone. Because you can imagine how and the situation you put that woman, and she was left with 3 children to cater for. But because she's an abiamo, kì í ṣe abiagba, ó dúró tán, ó ṣojú, ó ṣe ìyá, ó ṣe bàbá fáwọn ọmọ yẹn. I've spoken to your kids before, especially your first son. I can say with my full chest, he's a well brought up son, grounded in the Lord. Àwọn ọmọ tó tún láàánú, ó dẹ̀ máa láàánú kalẹ̀ ni. Wọ́n láàánú ìyá, ẹ̀yin ni nìkan lọ tún wà yín ṣe. What stopped them from coming to Nigeria to visit you? We have many people. Even we that are not born abroad, don't we? I go home to go and visit my mother. Yes. I go home to go and visit my mother. Your wife, her parents are based abroad now. They have been based abroad since, even when you knew her. The last time I spoke to her dad and her mom, they went to visit her in London, in America. They are based in London. They went to visit her in America. Ṣé oúnjẹ ọmọ kọ́ nìyẹn? Kí ó máa lọ, kí àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ káàkiri nílùú òyìnbó káàkiri. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ṣé kìí ṣe oúnjẹ ọmọ nìyẹn? Àwọn méjèèjì dẹ̀ yìí wà pọ̀. So ibo ni ìyá ti fẹ́ sọ pé òun ti rí? Ibo ni ìyàwó yín fẹ́ sọ pé òun ti rí? Mama àti daddy, baba àti daddy and mommy, I spoke to them. They went to visit their daughter, that is his wife, with their grandchildren in America. Is that not, why can't he go and see his children? Why is he saying that the people, politicians like you, sir, they send their children abroad to come and study now, and the children come home to see their parents? Why can't you be like that? Now you are saying that it's murewa that you want to use for errands, you want to use for... It's just an excuse. You've goofed. You want to share, what to mess up. Eko den so story yin sin láti fi patch nǹkan ni. Ẹ wá gbé wá, ẹ wá gbé keko je kó tán sínú ilé yín, ẹ wá gbé fún àwa. Ẹ wá rò pé àwa kò máa gbà bẹ́ẹ̀. I will help you analyze it now. I dey sọ fún yín pé no. Man, what you are saying is not really making any sense. Try and make it make sense when you type. And remember that the people you are sending out this message to, I won't know, they are adults. They will fopolo share, they will fopolo roll. And some people will respond and say, no, sir, what you are saying doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add up. I expect you, Either you are just begging your family, just shall be doing amends, shall be àwọn ará ta àwọn kọlọba àwọn ọmọ mi àti ìyàwó mi jà ń parí ìjà ń tèmi kémi yá máa so máa ní closure pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ mi. You are now writing out. What are you bringing out now? Foluke is involved. Involved in what? He now said, I have been living alone here. Shegbo. I thought you said you are with Folusho.